Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I apologize about the video on Saturday. I was told that it was creating some type of loop, so I'm assuming it's my internet, which I'm looking at switching if possible, but I was in my office, so I'm back in another room. So, again, good morning, good morning, good morning. What I was talking about on Saturday is finding joy during difficult times while on your journey. As we have traveled through our day to day grind, we often journey through ups, downs, joyful or joyness, sadness, pain, and worry. We have multiple feelings every moment and every hour of every day. We all have these feelings. Who doesn't? At this time of year, it is more impactful simply because we reflect upon the last 12 months and the progress we have made and the people who are no longer here with us. We also reflect upon challenges financially, economically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. In this post pandemic reality, we continue to evolve and adapt to our new normal. Many times we have all struggled with both joy and peace each day. Remember, remember during lockdown, during the pandemic, kids were at home, they were being homeschooled. You may have had extended family under your roof. You were working at home yourself, and everyone was on top of one another. But you found somewhere in the corner of that house where you could have some peace, even if it was the bathroom for 15 or 20 minutes. The point is, you found a way to enjoy a long time, even if it was just a bubble bath. You finally, or you found a way to make it happen, and we did. We all made arrangements, or if we needed to get an escape, we made arrangements to get an escape. Romans 15:13 says, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him. And we have to trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Romans 12:12 says, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. And we all have to experience and actually activate all of those things. We sometimes forget the power that lies inside of us to make things happen. Sure, there are so many problems in the world, in our communities, and within our families going on that we forget just how stressed we are with everyday life. Do they make us sad? The answer is yes, they do. However, if we allowed every little challenge to stop us in our tracks, we would be standing still with wheels going nowhere. There is so much impactful information on TV and in social media that we may need to dim that information retrieval in our brains just a little to enjoy what life and love has to offer us. Stress and overstimulations are everywhere each day. Stress and overstimulation affects children, adults, and seniors in very different ways. This could be another topic in the future because I think it would be very interesting to look at the comparison among all of those different age groups. What we must do is not allow the outside world, TV, and social media to take over our minds and take away our sense of joy. As adults, we are role models to our children, family members, and friends so that life goes on and there is joy out there for them. We must seek it out and find our joy, because joy is much like happiness that is in our hands to discover, to experience, to share with others, and to evolve as you become who you are meant to be. Meaning that when we are young, joy was connected to that wow factor for surprise from mom and dad. As a young adult, you look for new experiences that brought you joy, like getting your first car or having your own apartment. As you become an older adult, you began to seek out new adventures, like exploring different states or countries to widen your knowledge and experience by interacting with different cultures and races. There is something about a new experience that triggers joy for seniors. I'm a senior too, so that includes me. Don't you dare give up upon what you have to contribute. And you do, you can contribute what you can teach and find joy in what you are passing down to the younger generations to make a better world. We have a newfound sense of freedom to find joy in everything we do. Here are some tips I found to be helpful for me, some of which I have in place and others I need to work on implementing into my daily routine day. Number one, this one is easy. Number one is listen to music, believe it or not. The old saying that music soothes the soul is what they said back in the day. Music helps to recall positive memories, gives you a momentary escape from the daily challenges you may be facing. Music does and can boost your mood no matter where you are, such as cleaning the house, and I've done that, use music while I'm cleaning, or just relaxing at that time. Research has shown, according to Dr. Stephanie McAllis, that listening to music can decrease anxiety, lower blood pressure, improve sleep quality, as well as enhance your mood. I must say that since Thanksgiving for myself, I've been playing Christmas music on my Google Nest, and I felt better throughout the day, even if it was only for an hour or two at a time. But it lifted my spirits. Number two, develop a daily practice of gratitude. Dr. McAllis says this doesn't have to be a big deal every day. Just think of 1 to 3 simple statements, such as, I am grateful that I have a roof over my head. I am grateful that I woke up today. Or I'm grateful for having a job to go to each day. At the end of the day, write in a journal or say aloud those things that you are grateful for. Make it simple. She says that by doing this, even during the most difficult times or stressful times, your gratitude practice will help bring your circumstances more into perspective, therefore indirectly creating joy and keeping you grounded. I think that this is probably one of the things I need to work on personally. I probably think about things I'm grateful for during the day. However, when it comes to the evening time, it's probably beneficial to do that in terms of recognizing throughout the day what you are grateful for. And therefore, it will help clear your mind before sleep. and possibly even relax you enough to sleep longer. This is a good practice, just like keeping a journal. You could also write this in your journal at nighttime before bed. Number 3, spend time in creating a vision for yourself. I like this one. Dr. McCallis describes that you should close your eyes and focus on your favorite place, person, prayer, or even a vacation. Breathe into the moment and envision yourself in this space or situation. She says, consider the colors, the taste, the texture, and conversations that you may have had. Try to spend a dedicated 5 minutes soaking in the moment. And this could be done at work as well. When you take a break, 15-minute break, slowing down your breathing and relaxing your body. Some people find that this practice is enhanced either by laying down or having something under your legs or using a weighted blanket on top of your body, or even by sitting in a chair with a cushion behind your back and under your feet. She says meditating regularly in this way helps to remind you that aspects of whatever difficult situation is going on or you're dealing with, like isolation, sadness, desperation, are all temporary. And during this time of year, we all feel that way or at one point or another. You will once again have more positive experiences. And these short meditations may even help you create new ones. Again, this is something that I have probably practiced, especially on the job. When you need a 15-minute break just to kind of escalate or de-escalate whatever is going on around you that may be stressing you out. At home, sometimes I may use music to get away from whatever I'm experiencing. So I think that I do use this technique probably more unconsciously, but I probably need to implement it more in my daily practice because I probably don't do it every day. Number 4, find that awe moment every day. The awe factor is a concept of experiencing wonder and amazement. I would say for the most part that when we were younger, we experienced wonder and amazement almost every day. The awe frequently brings up the idea of something big like snorkeling in the sea or seeing the Eiffel Tower in Paris. I would love to see that. Would bring amazement and feelings of wonder in that experience. However, researchers are finding that we take the time we should take the time to notice small, pleasurable moments every day. And we can recreate the same benefits. All moments can be looking at the rising of the sun on the morning, on the water, which I experienced in Ocean City, Maryland. It is wonderful. And this is a very good example. Or watching a volleyball game your grandkids are playing. It could even happen by reading beautiful poetry or hiking on a path and seeing new and interesting flowers or rocks. We should all take the time to notice things around us that you may be taking for granted. By relishing them and their place in the world, you can derive more meaning from your life, feel more connected to the world at large, and even experience more joy in the day-to-day. I must say that I have visited Longwood Gardens in a few occasions in southern PA. If you've never been, you must go and visit. It's amazing. It's amazing just to see so many beautiful flowers and the creations that they've made of the landscape. I've only gone in the spring in the past. I'm not sure if I've gone in the fall, but I may plan to possibly take a trip during the holiday season because it's a different scene for each season at Longwood Gardens. We must look for the wonder, as they said, in everyday life. It's all around us. But if we stay cooped up and bottled up and stagnant, then we will not experience the wonders that are here in the talent of other people who does bring us joy by the experience. Number 5, tips for helping others experience joy. Sending letters. I know that's an ancient tradition, but I grew up with that. Writing poems or creating drawings can be shared with essential workers, first responders, or even the elderly who may be alone, for example. By engaging in this activity, you bring a sense of comfort and joy to others, and giving them a feeling of fulfillment for having passed or on some happiness to someone else. It also helps shift your attention away from the day-to-day struggles and the heaviness you may be feeling. Giving to others who may be alone, who may be experiencing heaviness themselves or stress, is always a good thing. Writing letters is almost extinct now. People don't write letters. The same thing with cards. We used to give cards at Christmas, and we very rarely give cards now. But I remember how joyful I was getting mail, a piece of mail, and opening that letter from a cousin or from an auntie made my day joyful and special. Do you remember that? Perhaps we should share that with our children and grandchildren, even now with technology, with the click of a button that can send a message. However, getting something in the mail that's personally addressed to you has more meaning than getting a text message. These are some additional tips Dr. Mahal has shared that can be used with children and grandchildren to teach them the meaning of giving of themselves and helping others at the same time. Start collecting spare change in a jar or box. We all collect spare change every day. Why not put a cause to that box or jar, such as to give to charity, to give to shelters, buy blankets for the homeless, or even give out hot chocolate to people living on the streets. Have that child help write a letter to the charity about what they have accomplished. Set a goal of 1 month or 3 months. B, run errands for a friend, neighbors, or elderly. When we help others, even on a small task, brings us a sense of joy and accomplishments. As well as now, we can place an order on Grubhub and Uber Eats and have the food delivered directly to the person's residence. Now, I'm sure that the recipient will be thankful for your small gestures that through their gratitude you will experience much joy. And I have experienced joy. I had my elder Emily McElwain who brought me Gatorade. She placed it on my deck when I was sick, and I am so grateful for her and thankful for her. In my closing, I will leave you with this quote from Tim Cook. Experiencing joy, even in the light of all the difficulties we are facing at this time, both personally and collectively, can be achieved by easy modification to your day-to-day activities. Think about this. He says, let your joy be in your journey, not in some distant goal. In other words, joy should be incorporated daily in our lives, no matter what's going on. I leave you with these thoughts of the Bible, which says, as we know, King David wrote about joy in Psalms often. We should know this by reading the Bible. Ruth also chose to focus on joy in the face of tragedy constantly. This was a difficult time for her, but she experienced joy anyway. Joseph chose to take joy in God's love instead of focusing on his hardship. Sounds like many of us day to day. And Paul constantly spoke about the joy he has from the Lord. All this to say, we should not focus upon the hardships, but instead believe God for his joy and deliverance, no matter the situation. And sometimes, we need that little boost spiritually as well as mentally, that there should be joy in your lives every day. It's a wonder to wake up and open your eyes and move your feet, move your arms, because there are many people out there that cannot. So I want to thank my bishop, Dr. Kenneth L. Pearman of Reaching Out for Jesus Christian Center, who has been my mentor. He has been my pastor all through the years. And I want to mention Elder McElwain, who has been there with me for many years throughout losing my mother, losing my father, losing both my sister and my brother. So joy is here, and it's in our hearts. We just have to search for it, and we have to share it. But don't deny yourself joy, because that puts you in a dark place, and we don't want you in a dark place. This is Dr. Deborah Williams of Blessed Be the Children Incorporated, nonprofit organization. And I leave you with love during this holiday season. I may come back Christmas Eve, we'll see. Because we need to remember that those times when we were 5, when we were 6, and we were 7, it was a different time back then, back in the day. And Christmas time was special. Parents might have been working 2 and 3 jobs, but they made Christmas special. And we were so grateful for whatever we got. And sometimes we didn't get much, but we were grateful to have family around, and we were grateful for what our parents provided for us. So share the love, be joyful, spread happiness during this season. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.